Listen up, Vikings fans, because the ground beneath Minnesota is shaking right now. We are looking at a franchise-altering moment that goes way beyond just X's and O's. Sources are buzzing, the phones are ringing off the hook, and the noise coming out of Egan is deafening. A Hall of Fame legend is calling out our rookie, and reports are surfacing about a massive quarterback pursuit that could change everything we thought we knew about the future. This isn't just speculation. This is about the soul of this football team. Buckle up.
When John Randall speaks, you do not just listen. You take notes, you sit up straight, and you pay attention to every single syllable that leaves his mouth. This is a man who wore the purple and gold with a ferocity that defined an entire era of Vikings football. He is a Hall of Famer, a legend, and an icon. And right now, he is looking directly at J.J. McCarthy and delivering a message that is as heavy as a sack on third down. Randall has issued a public, direct warning to the young quarterback about the absolute necessity of being ready. He is not talking about just knowing the playbook or throwing a spiral. He is talking about the mental and physical warfare that is the National Football League. Randall emphasized that the pressure of leading this franchise is not for the faint of heart. You have to understand the gravity of the situation. This is Minnesota. The expectations are through the roof, and the patience is historically thin. Randall is telling McCarthy that he needs to be prepared for a level of scrutiny that he has never faced in his life. It is about readiness. It is about waking up every single morning with a fire in your belly that says you will not be denied. I love the talent of J.J. McCarthy. I really do. But when a guy like John Randall feels the need to step up and say, "You better be ready," that is a red alert. It tells me that the legends of this team are watching, and they are worried about whether this young man truly understands the burden he is about to carry. This is not college football anymore. You are not playing on Saturdays. You are leading a franchise that is desperate for a championship, and Randall knows exactly what that weight feels like. He is challenging McCarthy to harden his mind, to strengthen his body, and prepare for a grind that breaks weak men. This is a call to action. It is a challenge to step up or get stepped on. Randall knows that talent alone does not survive in this league. You need grit, you need toughness, and you need an undeniable will to win. If McCarthy thinks he can just glide into this role without putting in the blood, sweat, and tears that Randall did, he is in for a rude awakening. This morning is a gift. It is a roadmap from a man who has been to the mountaintop, telling the rookie that the climb is steeper than he thinks. The question is, will McCarthy heed this advice, or will he crumble under the massive shadow cast by the legends of the past? Because right now, the pressure is mounting, and the clock is already ticking.
Before we dive into the $200 million bombshell that might replace McCarthy before he even starts, hit that subscribe button. We bring you the truth, the raw analysis, and the inside scoop on the Vikings every single day. Don't miss out.
If you thought the warning from John Randall was intense, wait until you hear the numbers floating around the trade market, because this is absolutely astronomical. We are talking about a proposal that involves a $212 million quarterback coming to Minnesota. Let that number sink in for a second. $212 million. Insider reports and analysts are suggesting that the Minnesota Vikings are being positioned as a prime destination for an elite quarterback trade, specifically targeting a restructuring of the offensive leadership for the 2026 season. This is a bombshell of epic proportions. Why are we talking about a blockbuster trade for a veteran superstar when we just invested in a rookie? It screams desperation. It screams that maybe, just maybe, the front office is not as sold on their current plan as they claim to be. When you hear figures like $212 million, you are talking about mortgage the future type money. You are talking about bringing in a guy who is already established, someone who commands the huddle from day one. But at what cost? This proposal suggests that the Vikings are looking at the long game, preparing a contingency plan that involves spending an absolute fortune to secure the most important position in sports. It is a tactical move that suggests they want a proving commodity, a sure thing, rather than riding the roller coaster of rookie development. But I have to ask, what does this say to the locker room? What does this say to the fans who want to see a homegrown talent develop? It says that the business of football is cold and ruthless. If this trade goes through, or even if these talks get serious, it changes the entire trajectory of the franchise. We are looking at a potential aggressive pivot that would see Minnesota acquiring a massive contract to try and buy a Super Bowl window. The insiders are pointing to this as a real possibility for the near future. specifically looking toward 2026 as the year the window forces this move. It is a high-stakes game of poker, and the Vikings are seemingly ready to push all their chips into the middle of the table. You do not get linked to a $200 million player by accident. Where there is smoke, there is usually a raging fire. This is about the Vikings realizing that in this division, with the competition they face, they might need more firepower than they currently possess. It is a dazzling, terrifying, and bold proposition that would shake the NFL to its core. The front office is exploring every avenue, and this rumor is proof that no option is off the table, no matter how expensive or how controversial it might be.
Now, let's connect the dots and elevate the severity of this situation, because the name that keeps surfacing in these dark corridors of speculation is none other than Kyler Murray. Sources are now confirming that the Minnesota Vikings are monitoring the situation with the Arizona Cardinals quarterback very, very closely. This is not just a random rumor. This is specific, targeted interest. Kyler Murray represents the ultimate dual-threat weapon, a player who can extend plays with his legs and launch the ball downfield with elite arm talent. The update we are receiving indicates that Murray is viewed as a central piece in potential market movements involving Minnesota. Imagine Kyler Murray in Kevin O'Connell's system. Think about the dynamic ability, the explosiveness, and the sheer chaos he causes for defenses. But you have to ask yourself, is he the answer? We are talking about a guy who has faced questions about his leadership, questions about his study habits, and questions about his durability. Yet the talent is undeniable. The fact that the Vikings are keeping tabs on him tells me they are not satisfied with standing still. They are looking for a spark, a catalyst that can ignite this offense instantly. This connects directly back to the financial rumors we just discussed. Murray fits that expensive, high-upside profile perfectly. If the Vikings pull the trigger on a move for Kyler Murray, it signals that they are done waiting. It signals that they want to win right now, regardless of the draft capital or the salary cap implications. But it also brings a circus. You bring in Kyler, you bring in the noise, you bring in the media scrutiny. Is this team ready for that? Are they ready to pivot from a traditional pocket passer philosophy to the electric, unpredictable style of Murray? This update is massive because it puts a face and a name to the financial speculation. It makes it real. The Vikings are hunting. They are prowling the market, looking for a quarterback who can redefine their identity. Kyler Murray is a polarizing figure, but he is a playmaker. And in this league, playmakers get paid and playmakers get traded. The Vikings are doing their due diligence, and that should tell you everything you need to know about their mindset. They are aggressive, they are hungry, and they are looking at Arizona with greedy eyes. This could be the domino that falls and knocks down everything else. If they make a move for Murray, it is game over for the current plan and the start of a wild new era in Minnesota. The tension is rising, and the offseason stove is officially burning hot.
This is the reality facing the Minnesota Vikings right now. You have a Hall of Famer demanding greatness from the rookie, while the front office is reportedly sharpening their pencils for a massive quarterback acquisition that would shatter the salary cap. It is a collision course of expectations and business. My question to you is simple but painful. Do you trust the process with J.J. McCarthy, or do you believe this team needs a proven $200 million superstar like Kyler Murray to finally lift the Lombardi Trophy? The clock is ticking, and patience is running thin in Minnesota. Sound off in the comments because this debate is far from over. Skol Vikings, we are watching.